In a valley shadowed by jagged peaks lived a young man named Elian. He was only 24, but his eyes carried the exhaustion of 100 years. Elian was haunted. His mind was a war zone. From the moment he woke until he collapsed at night, a storm of thoughts raged inside his head. Regrets from the past clawed at his heart, and terrifying scenarios of the future paralyzed him. He was drowning in his own noise. He couldn't sleep. He couldn't breathe. He had forgotten what it felt like to simply smile. One day, a whisper of hope reached him. People spoke of a legend, a recluse named Silas living high up in the misty hills. They said Silas was once a brilliant psychologist who had healed the most broken minds in the city, but he had vanished years ago to find truth in the silence of nature. Desperate and broken, Elian packed his bag. "This is my last chance," he told himself. The journey was brutal. After days of climbing through rough terrain, Elian finally reached the peak. There, hidden under a blanket of ivy, stood a humble cottage. On the porch sat an old man, still as a statue. His eyes were closed, radiating a terrifyingly deep calm. Elian approached him, his voice trembling. "Master, my mind is a prison. The noise never stops. I am begging you, teach me how to find peace." The old man, Silas, slowly opened his eyes. They were like deep oceans. He smiled faintly. "You seek silence?" Silas asked softly. "Then come with me. I have a task for you." He led Elian to the garden and took a crystal glass. He filled it with water right to the absolute brim. The water curved over the top. A single breath could make it spill. He placed the heavy glass in Elian's shaking hands. "Walk to the edge of the village and return to me," Silas commanded, his voice turning stern. "But be warned, if you spill even a single drop, I cannot help you." Elian stared at the glass in shock. It seemed impossible, but he had no choice. He gripped the glass, his knuckles turning white, and stepped onto the road. The street was chaos. The path was narrow and crowded. Pedestrians rushed past him. Merchants shouted their prices, and stray dogs barked aggressively at his heels. The world was loud and distracting. But Elian saw none of it. He didn't look left. He didn't look right. His entire existence, his very soul, was locked onto that trembling surface of water. Elian moved like a ghost through the chaos. One step, then another. His heart pounded against his ribs, but his hands remained steady. People stopped to stare at this strange young man, walking with such intense purpose, carrying a glass filled to the limit. But no one dared to interrupt him. They could see he was fighting a battle they couldn't understand. Finally, Elian stepped back onto the quiet porch. He let out a long, shaky breath. "Master," Elian whispered, his voice filled with disbelief. "I did it! I walked through the entire village, and I did not spill a single drop." Silas nodded slowly, a knowing glint in his eyes. "Excellent! But tell me, Elian, did you see the drunk man shouting near the tavern? Did you hear the children laughing as they chased the stray dogs? Did you notice the beautiful sunset behind the market?" Elian blinked, confused. He thought for a moment and shook his head. "No," Elian admitted. "I saw nothing. I heard nothing. My entire world was just that glass. I was terrified that if I looked away for even a second, the water would fall." The old master smiled, and this time his smile was like the breaking of dawn. "That, my boy, is the secret you have been searching for. The noise was there.
The chaos was there, but it did not touch you. Why? Elian stared at him, waiting. Silas leaned in closer. Because you were completely here. For the first time in years, you were not regretting the past, and you were not terrified of the future. Your mind had no space for fear, no room for anxiety. You were one with the moment. The realization hit Elian like a lightning bolt. He had always thought peace was a place he had to find, but now he understood that peace was not a destination, it was a method. It was the ability to hold the present moment as carefully as he held that glass. Elian bowed his head, a single tear of relief rolling down his cheek. "I understand now, grandfather. The storm isn't outside, it's inside, and I have the power to quiet it." As the sun dipped below the mountains, painting the sky in shades of violet and gold, Elian began his journey back home. He walked down the same path, but the man who descended the mountain was not the man who had climbed it. The heaviness in his chest was gone. He was no longer a prisoner of his thoughts. He was free. Peace is always right there, waiting for you to focus on it. If this story touched your heart or helped calm your mind, please hit that like button and share it with someone who might be fighting their own silent battles. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We have many more stories, new thoughts, and new lessons waiting for you. Thank you for being here with us. Until next time, stay present and stay peaceful.